Taking a look at some of our Alaska news for Monday, the 7th of August, 2017. The local veteran cemetery that was first proposed and actually enacted by the legislature in 2005. It's finally making some movement forward. Maybe. Basically, they had thought they found a perfect place. The state bought the land, and then the VA said, yeah, we're not going to let you build the cemetery until you have a road built in there. The cost of the road would have ended up being over $1.5 million, and given the state's current financial situation, it's not going to happen. So now they've looked for a different piece of land, this one actually already owned by the Alaska Mental Health Trust Authority, and they're talking about making some kind of a swap or purchasing it for the VA or some such. This one is actually right off the road. It's an area where there was an old gravel mine, pit, whatever. Possibly good location. It looks like it's been moving forward, but once again, no idea. The Fairbanks district attorney released a statement on why the charges were dropped against that ATV driver. You remember, it happened actually back in May. This fellow was driving down a street. He was confronted by a fellow who basically claimed to be a police officer, pulled a gun on the ATV driver, forced everybody in the party on the ground, and then when the troopers were called and it came out that this fellow is not a police officer, he's actually a correctional officer. He does not have the right to use a gun in an official capacity. He can carry a gun as a private citizen, which basically means that his pulling the gun is the same as anybody pulling a gun on somebody else. The ATV driver asked for charges to be filed against the correctional officer, but assault charges were filed against the ATV driver instead. Well, the DA said that all he had read was the report, and seeing this on paper, it looked like a charge was warranted. However, after reviewing the tape, the actual encounter was videotaped, and it was sent to local media. And after the media showed it after the DA actually saw it, he said a reasonable person might interpret this differently, and so we're going to go ahead and not pursue it anymore. So, there you have it. That's the official. If you want to actually read the official statement, you can go to web711.com and read it. But, I mean, that's the gist of it. I want to keep my job when it comes down to it with the DA. Drivers down in Anchorage were plagued over the weekend with delays because the construction at the Glen Highway and Muldoon Road overcross. I don't know if you've been down there, the Takotnu Commons. They couldn't even get out of the parking lot at Takotnu Commons. A few hunters, 300 hunters actually from the village of Wainwright, have been fined $9,000 for illegally shooting some musk oxen and leaving their bodies unsalvaged. Basically, they were using them as bait for wolverine. More stories that we don't have time for. If you'd like to get a 30 to 40 minute audio version, become a subscriber at radiofreespeech.com.